Hi, I'm Andrew Dakers, Chair of Brentford High Street Steering Group, Brentford's town team, which was established back in 2006 by a group of volunteers with cross-party support from local councillors.
And I'm Julia Quilliam, a fellow trustee of the Brentford High Street Steering Group.
We thought we'd set out today against the backdrop of our local magistrates' court, which is now closed and indeed, sadly, due to landlord inaction, is still boarded up, suffering from the after effects of last summer's riots. Our ideas for where we'd like support from Mary Portas and the Department for Communities and Local Government in trying out some of the great ideas in Mary's report that came out last year. We, of course, in Brentford offer a ready-made town team, a town team that's tried out quite a lot of the ideas that Mary put forward last year, but a group that's really excited by ideas we found in the report that we haven't yet tried, and we think with our existing routes could do a really good job of testing them out in the year ahead. We've got 8 ideas that we want to run with. The first is to have a designated space for markets in Brentford, led by Julia and our colleague Joe. There's been huge work done over the past 2 years to give markets, supported by live music, a really good try in Brentford Town Centre. The challenge we have now is making it last and making it easier, because putting in temporary events notices every time we want to have a market isn't easy for a group of volunteers. Our second idea coming to you next, Julia. Our second idea is working with large retailers, perhaps through the Heathrow Retail Academy, to put into practice some of the ideas that Mary has been espousing for a long time. Those are, of course, experience, service, and specialism.
The third thing we'd like to do, we'd like to have a leasing code and new lease structures. Following that, we'd like to have a public register of high street landlords and rent people are paying, so the traders are paying a fair rent and not getting ripped off.
I think it's fair to say that the issue of rent has been a real frustration for traders in recent years, and sadly we've seen an awful lot of individuals lose too much money on the high street, and that combination, we think, of getting the public register in place with really good training support could make all the difference, because there are some fantastic traders on Brentford High Street,
yes,
but there are others that can be a bit grumpy at times and need some encouragement to change the customer service experience. Now, the final 4 ideas that we want to run with in the months ahead are proof of concept pilot innovations. The first of these is to concentrate on the continued development of Docking Station, which is our town hall. We launched Docking Station in the heart of Brentford High Street about a year ago. It's just starting to establish itself with a shared workspace upstairs and a versatile community space on the ground floor, so we want to keep plugging away at that. Alongside that, we want to start using Docking Station as a trial collection point for online purchases by local residents. That's our 6th project. In our 7th, concept that we think is worth running with is Brentford Bingo. This is something we've already attracted some funding for from a local charity, but funding from the Portas pilots process would give it that extra boost. And finally, our 8th idea is to keep developing BrentfordHighStreet.com. We launched this about 4 or 5 years ago. We've just refreshed it, but at the moment it's not possible to do online ordering. We think for small businesses along Brentford High Street that don't have the resources to invest in their own website, it could make all the difference being able to offer online ordering through BrentfordHighStreet.com. So in a nutshell, why back us? Well, for the past few years, because we reckon it's a pretty amazing place.
Yep.
We've been running a campaign called Brentford is Brilliant. So in a nutshell, we reckon that this unique place with a very strong community is worthy of more investment, because it's brilliant.
Brentford's brilliant. Please back us. Thanks.